The next right of the husband and the responsibility of the wife is serving and taking care of the husband. And this is a particularly contentious matter, unfortunately, in this day and age. But let's try and address some of the misconceptions or some of the clarifications that we can give. There are two major opinions whether serving the husband is part of the inherent contract of nikah or not. The first opinion, which is the majority opinion, and this is the opinion of all four schools of fiqh, is that the nikah contract itself does not stipulate the wife serving the husband by itself. But this group of ulama basically is relying on serving the husband by the wife to not emanate from a legal standpoint, but from a rational standpoint. Rationally, in the sense that if you're meant to coexist in harmony, you're meant to divide the responsibilities that exist, and he's the one responsible for taking care of matters outside of the home, then she, by rational extension, is responsible for taking care of the matters within the house. Okay? So even though this particular opinion says that it is not a responsibility for the wife by virtue of the nikah contract from a legal standpoint. However, this does not mean that it's a way for her to say, I don't have to cook, I don't have to clean, I don't have to do anything for the husband. And by the way, serving the husband here means domestic aspects. So cooking, cleaning, taking care of basically his home, and so on and so forth. However, even in this particular opinion, if the man says, I want you to cook a meal, or I want you to do the laundry, or whatever, what have you, within the home, by virtue of the first right of obedience that we mentioned, this will still be applicable. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because unfortunately you have, because of certain misconceptions that are propagated, some women think that it is not her responsibility at all to take care of the husband or to do any of the domestic chores. And this is completely false. This is not true at all. The Rasul ﷺ himself, with his daughter Fatima and her husband Ali, he told Fatima to take care of the responsibilities in the house and Ali to take care of the responsibilities outside of the house. There are many of the Sahabiyat who used to take care of the husband, and the Rasul ﷺ did not reprimand the man and say, no, she's not supposed to do that, you're supposed to do that. No, none of that. Meaning this is part and parcel of the responsibilities that we have. Now, if let's say there's a situation where she's also working and she's also paying for the bills as well, contributing financially and reducing the financial burden of the man, then in that situation, we will tell the man to also contribute to the domestic chores as well, just so that one party is not overburdened at the expense of the other. So again, mutual cooperation is essential in that aspect as well. So if she's contributing financially as per the mutual acceptance, then it is also important for him to contribute as well in the home. And then we mentioned the second opinion, or rather we will mention the second opinion, which is the minority position. But that position is that even within the nikah contract itself, from a legal standpoint, serving the husband is part of the actual responsibilities of the wife towards the husband as well. So this group will basically implicitly include that in the nikah contract itself. But either way, the point is to have an equitable division of labor. If he's the one providing from outside of the house, Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. So if he's providing from outside of the house, then it is important for her to take care of the matters within the home. And if they're both contributing financially, then they should also be both contributing towards the home environment as well. Yes, there's a question. Yes, that's a good point to make. If the wife is working and she's earning a living and contributing to the financial status of the home, basically, paying for bills essentially, out of a necessity where the husband is unable to fully provide financially within the home, then he has to basically also contribute as well within the home. But if she's only working, or if he allows her to work simply as a pastime, just to basically get out of the house and earn a living just because as a hobby, then she's still responsible for taking care of the responsibilities at home, because she cannot give priority to the voluntary over the obligation. So this is a very important caveat that is mentioned as well. It is not appropriate for a wife to basically say that I'm going to work purely as a hobby and not contribute to the financial situation in the home. And by virtue of her being outside of the home for, let's say, 8 hours a day or 9 hours a day, that she also demands him to come home, pay for all the bills, and then contribute inside the home as well. Again, this is not an equitable division of labor. She is more than welcome to scale down on working outside in order to accommodate, let's say, her kids or the responsibilities within the home. But that is something that is to be given consideration to as well within the home. Again, it goes back to living in good conduct and to make sure that one party is not overburdened at the expense of the other. You're meant to basically coexist in a mutually positive way without harming the other, whether it's from the husband to the wife or the wife to the husband. Barakallahu feek for bringing that